up? How's it going? Just gonna make sure everything is working before I get started. That one's public. Good. This one looks like it's working. I've got 2 different drinks to try today. And then on YouTube and Twitch, I'll be trying these. But these are not on Amazon, sadly. So I don't think I can really show them on there. That's how that works, as far as I know. Anyways, got 2 different drinks that are really condensating to wipe them off. I'm going to be very caffeinated after this. Because I didn't realize these Bubbl'r drinks had caffeine when I bought them. They were supposed to be my uncaffeinated thing to go along with the caffeinated drinks. But we've got Yerba Mate from the company Babe. Yerba Mate, strawberry coconut. And then this is Bubbl'r Twisted Elix'r. Gonna try these out. Gonna do my little presentation, and then I'll look at the comments and see if anyone said anything after that. I mean, after each one. So, anyways, start a local recording. Whoops. All right. Taking a look at this Babe Yerba Mate Strawberry Coconut. 16 fluid ounce, 473 milliliters for that. Nice pink color to the can. See some leaves and such. I assume that's supposed to be the Yerba Mate plant. Yeah. Let's take a look at the nutrition facts. Contains 3% juice and it's non-carbonated. 60 calories, 16 grams of total carbohydrates, 16 grams of total sugars, 14 grams of added sugars. And for the ingredients, we've got purified water, organic cane sugar, organic strawberry juice concentrate, organic yerba mate extract, organic brewed yerba mate, which is water, organic yerba mate leaf, organic dehydrated coconut water, organic natural flavor, citric acid, monk fruit powder, and organic caffeine. So pretty reasonable ingredients from my perspective here. It does have monk fruit powder, which is a low-calorie sweetener alternative to sugar. So do your research on that. I always like to mention learning about those low-calorie sweeteners because there is a lot of mixed research and inconclusive information about all of those. But monk fruit's one of the newer ones. And it's a bit different than something like aspartame, which has known issues. Yeah, it looks pretty good. This does have 150 milligrams of caffeine in it. But I'll do a close-up here. You can see it. Organic Energy. Babe. CA Craft Babe Beverages. Yerba Mate. Strawberry Coconut. USDA Organic. 16 fluid ounce, 473 milliliters, 150 milligrams of caffeine. And we've got the 3% juice, non-carbonated, 60 calories, and 16 grams of total sugars. And we've got our ingredients. Purified water, organic cane sugar. They're going to stop saying the organic part, but strawberry juice concentrate, yerba mate extract, and then brewed yerba mate. Then we've got dehydrated coconut water, natural flavor, citric acid, monk fruit powder, and organic caffeine. Yeah, cool. What's this? Brewed in California. Please recycle. Here's the marketing info. Tropical energy. Looks good. Non-GMO, gluten-free. Antioxidants. USDA organic, vegan. Enjoy chilled. Shake gently. Yeah, so that's that. So you can shake it up. Oops. Hope if I zoomed out. You'd be good. Gotta use the big glass first on this one. Here we go. It's probably good. There it is. Natural color to it. Looks good. Have a darker brown. My camera's not struggling this time with this. This glass is a little difficult for it to focus on, but seems okay this time. Yeah, looks good. Looks natural. It's always what I prefer rather than super bright colors or anything to a drink. See what it smells like. I do smell a very slight coconut. Also, some sort of, I think it's the Yerba mate. Almost minty. And sour at the same time. It smells pretty nice. So that's what it looks like. Again, this is the Babe Yerba Mate Strawberry Coconut. It has actual strawberry, not much. It's only 3% juice, which would be the mix of the strawberry and the coconut. It says strawberry juice concentrate, and it's organic. So the ingredients look good to me. Let's try it out. I've had various canned yerba mates, and it tastes similar to those, no surprise. It's a mix of sour, bitter, of the actual flavor of the plant, which I like. I think it's good. It is similar to tea, obviously, but it has a different flavor profile to tea. And then in this case, we're adding that very slight fruity flavor. The strawberry to me doesn't really show up much. I do think I notice a coconut, but there is a fruity flavor, so I would assume that's just the strawberry coming through. But it doesn't like distinctly say, hey, this is strawberry. But it is actual strawberry in here. It's just not a lot of it. Yeah, so if you've never had yerba mate, it's going to be something that you might like or might not like. That's always the case, right? Of any food or drink item, but the mix of a little bit sour, a little bit bitter, And then in this case, there is sugar. So it is fairly sweet. It's not intensely sweet, which I think is about as good as it's going to get for people that are used to sweet drinks, but it's not to that level where it's grossly sweet. So it's 16 grams of sugar, which is a fair amount. It's not little, but it's 60 calories in total. So I think it's pretty reasonable, especially it's a bigger can. And then it does have the 150 milligrams of caffeine. Overall, I think it tastes pretty nice. The ingredients look good. It's a lot of organic stuff added to it. It does have the monk fruit, which I honestly don't really notice. The monk fruit probably adds a very, very slight tang, and it has a specific flavor, which I'm used to at this point, but I'm not like a big fan of the taste of monk fruit. And again, that's it's meant to be a sweetener, but it's down towards the bottom of the ingredients list. So it's probably not much. It says monk fruit powder. Yeah. So it's probably just a minimal little addition that they want added to make it taste a little sweetener, most likely. Yeah. Overall, from the yerba mates that I've tried, I really like this one. I think it tastes nice. I mean, obviously, if you like strawberry, you like coconut flavors, then it should be good. And you're okay with the yerba mate flavor itself. Yeah, I think it's very pleasant tasting. The ingredients look good. It's a lot of organic stuff. 150 milligrams of caffeine is obviously not small. It's a fair amount. For example, a coffee would be like 80 to 115, something like that, but probably a smaller thing. So this, for the amount of drink, it's probably similar to how much coffee would be for the same size, is my guess, or maybe a little bit more. But other than that, I think it's a very pleasant, nice drink. I like it. Again, that was the Babe Yerba Mate Strawberry Coconut. Cool. That one was good. I have three. I have three more of these in different flavors that I'll be trying. So look forward to that one. Next up, I think I should drink some water. Where's my water? I can still taste the yerba mate and everything in my mouth. Okay, no comments. No comments. No. Okay. Next. Taking a look at this Bubbl'r sparkling water in twisted elixir. So that's raspberry, lime, and citrus. Let's see. How big is this? 12 fluid ounce, 355 milliliters. Yeah. Nutrition facts: 5 calories, 20 milligrams of sodium, 7 total carbohydrates. It has, I always struggle with pronouncing some of these words. I need to look them up at some point, but it's Erythritol, and I just say erythritol. 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 Yeah, I just say around like erythritol. It's a sugar alternative, low calorie sweetener. So do your research on that stuff and understand what you're drinking. This one specifically has some mixed research on it, so I would look it up. I'll show it on screen. You can see it up close and see the word. I didn't realize that when I bought these. I should have looked at the ingredients. So I'm not thrilled about that, but whatever. Also has vitamin A, niacin, B6, B12, and pantothenic acid. And then for the ingredients, we've got carbonated water, that's Erythritol, citric acid, potassium benzoate for freshness, stevia leaf extract, which is another low-calorie sweetener, sugar alternative, pectin, sodium citrate, caffeine, potassium sorbate, another preservative, natural flavor, fruit juice for color, and then the various vitamins. Also has guarana seed extract. And yeah, that looks like that's it. So this does have 69 milligrams of caffeine per can. Let's see what else it says here. I'll do a close up and you can just read it for yourself. Yeah, this is another one of those highly produced, highly manufactured drinks. There it is. Bubbl'r, antioxidant sparkling water. The boost. Oh, that boosts energies and restores balance according to them. Yeah, it's going to be raspberry lime citrus flavor, apparently. 12 fluid ounce. There's some more marketing stuff. Oh, well, it says low glycemic, gluten-free, soy-free, vegan. There's a nutrition facts, 5 calories. Here's that sweetener I'm talking about, 7 grams, which feels like a fair, quite a bit for that. Your Erythritol stuff. Again, do your research on that and understand what you're drinking. From what I remember of it, it does come from fruit and such, but it's in a quantity that's a lot more than from nature. So, specifically, the research that I had seen, it's tough to talk about that without doing recent reading up on it, but it was related to cardiovascular research. So, that's a little concerning to me. Obviously, it's probably in quantities that are much higher than normal. There's the vitamins. We got vitamin A, niacin, B6, B12, and pantothenic acid. It says 450 mcg of vitamin A, and then 69 milligrams of caffeine. For the ingredients, we've got that carbonated water, erythritol stuff, citric acid, potassium benzoate, preservative, stevia leaf extract, another low-calorie sweetener that you should read up on, understand what you're drinking, pectin, sodium citrate, caffeine, potassium benzoate. Oh no, that's potassium sorbate, my mistake. Natural flavors, fruit juice for color. It's a little difficult for me to read like this. And guarana seed extract for the caffeine, most likely. And then all this other stuff for the vitamins. It's like the scientific name for a lot of those vitamins. Yeah. I think we're good on that. So it's from this company. Anyways, I like the branding at the very least. I'm just not thrilled with their choice of sweetener. Anyways, got a green tab. That's cool. Let's pop this open. Try it out. So this clearly has some coloring in it, but it says from fruit, I think. Let's see. I gotta take my glasses off. Fruit juice. Yeah, it says fruit juice for color. So at the very least, it's colored from fruit juice. Do a zoom in here. That's what it looks like. Looks good. You can see the carbonation. It's not intensely colored, but still pretty bright. The thing, in my opinion, that's kind of the point of doing reviews, right? Is that the colors, a lot of the time, they're fine and stuff, but so many people are just going to drink it from the can and they're not even going to see the color. So it's kind of like, why bother? I'm more health focused, so I'm not super thrilled when they just do things for marketing or whatever. All right. It has a very unique smell. It's not strong. It is some sort of fruit-like smell. It doesn't look like it has any juice in it, so it's all flavored scientifically. Almost smells like some sort of candy. I can't think of the name of it. Like those Sweethearts candies that have little sayings on them. That's kind of what I'm getting. Anyways, this is the Bubbl'r Twisted Elix'r. It's supposed to taste like raspberry, lime, citrus. Yeah, it even reminds me of some sort of candy that I'm not sure which one. I do taste a berry flavor. There is some sourness. Like a tart candy. Hmm. Are they called sweet tarts? Tart. Jeez, can't remember. I don't really eat candy much anymore, besides gummy stuff sometimes. Hmm. They're like a chalky candy, but I can't think of the name. Let's see. Maybe it was sweet tart. Oh yeah, sweet tarts candy. That's probably what I'm thinking of. It's like the flavor profile, the taste overall reminds me vaguely of sweet tarts candies. Yeah, probably that one. I think it tastes fine. The flavor to me tastes pretty interesting. Obviously, it doesn't have actual juice in here, so take that for what it is. But it's fairly sweet tasting. It does have that Erythritol stuff as well as stevia. Stevia generally has a very specific aftertaste. I can't say that I notice it here, but man, this is a difficult one to talk about. So I'm trying to think of words, but they're not showing up today. Yeah, fruity, a little bit sour. Obviously, some sweetness to it. Very, very slight bitterness, maybe, towards the back end. That could be the stevia. If you do want carbonation, you don't want to lose the carbonation, pouring it into a glass is not going to work amazingly well. It did lose a lot of the carbonation. So just drink it from the can. Then you won't even see the pink, like red color to it in that case. But it does have enough flavor that I think you could drink it from a glass with ice and still get something out of it. But you just lose that carbonation. My mouth right now feels kind of dry for some reason after drinking it. I don't know what's going on there with that, but it does have multiple preserves freshness things. So potassium benzoate and potassium sorbate. So it is a very highly manufactured drink. It's made in Watertown, Wisconsin. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, it's got the vitamins. So vitamin A, niacin, B6, B12, and pantothenic acid at 50% of your daily value for all of those. It's just like they decided to, hey, let's put 50% of these things. That's interesting that sometimes, or a lot of the time, the companies that do put vitamins in there put various amounts. So this one's all 50%. Like I said, I've personally a bit leery of that specific sweetener. So I wouldn't go out of my way to drink a lot of these. That's just me. Again, do your own research on the Erythritol sweetener. And then it does have the stevia leaf extract as well. But we could do a little research session before I end here on that. Because I talk about it, but I don't really show it very often. So I'll pull up a browser. Let's go to Google. And then put this over here. There we go. Can minimize that. So here it is. This is the name of it. I'll hold this up just so that Amazon knows what I'm doing. So it's a 0-calorie sugar alcohol used popular substitute. 70% the sweetness of sugar. See right here. Even the AI thing mentions that right now. So it says recent research has linked high levels of clot formation. So let's see if we can see where that's coming from. So this is a Cleveland clinic. Obviously, this has been used a long time, so it can't be that bad. But research is research. It's a kind of artificial sweetener known as a sugar alcohol, though it's not actually sugar or alcohol the way that we typically think to use those words. So xylitol, sorbitol, maltitol. Maltitol is the one that are in those gummy bears that people have like. There have been some memes about people eating a bunch of those and really having to really go. So that's maltitol. Whoops, my phone. No, it's still working. see what we got here. So here's a quote. Naturally occurring Erythritol. Ur. I should look up the pronunciation of this thing. I just say erythritol, but it's probably pronounced something else. Yeah, high doses in packaged foods, drinks. Yeah, so it mentions the sugar alcohols in general can cause digestive issues, and I personally can't handle the maltitol very well. So here's the study from this person. Shows that closely associated with the risk of major adverse cardiovascular events. People have high blood pressure levels, prone to heart attacks and stroke. Yeah, so it's potentially one research study. You know, just having one isn't necessarily super useful, but hopefully there will be more research on that. Okay, so they checked blood levels and there was elevated risk. So they were looking for compounds that could be related. So they gave it to non-human models, and that'd be mice and rats most likely. Clotting formation. Yeah. So this is the point of me saying in my drink reviews to do your research on this type of stuff. And I've got 12 of these things that I bought a 12 pack. I should have looked at the ingredients. I'm still going to drink them, but yeah. So it says the 1,000-fold above levels increase for several days after consumption. That's pretty intense. And this isn't in quantities that are unrealistic. Because if it's in one serving, and if I drink these multiple times in a week, yeah. So they're saying it wasn't a modest effect, it was a very large effect. Multiple groups across geographies. Really cautious about eating processed foods containing this. Yeah. Right. So it mentions stevia, which this also has stevia in it. So you can see what stevia is about as well. And then monk fruit was in this yerba drink. We can also look at that. Here, so you could be eating foods that contain erythritol and not even know it. So it falls under the generally recognized as safe category. It says companies don't have to list it. Wow. Ice cream, candy, gum, cookies, cakes. Yeah, it's in drinks for sure. Sugar alcohols. Yeah. So these are some of the labels. This one specifically tells you how much, which is good. Anyways, that's that one. We can look at some other articles. That was the Cleveland Clinic one. Here's a government related research. It's 2017. Could try WebMD. It's probably legitimate. It's most likely very similar information, but so this one also mentions it. There's increasing scientific evidence. Their sweeteners bad for health. For some research, associated with increase of heart attack, stroke. Yeah, so this looks like a copy of the other article so far. Can cause mild digestive issues. Consume large amounts. Yeah, that's the sugar alcohols thing. I haven't personally noticed an issue with that in me, but more so the maltitol. So benefits, no effect to your glucose or insulin levels. Also tastes a lot like table sugar. Yeah, it doesn't have quite the flavor of, well, it doesn't taste, I wouldn't say that it tastes like regular sugar to me. Okay tip for your teeth. Yeah, this is most of very similar information on there. So we've got the monk fruit, which is in this yerba drink. Let's see, it's down towards the bottom of the list, so it's probably very minimal amount. So it's from the specific fruit. Yeah. It's considered natural. So it looks like it's from China. That specific fruit comes, the sweetener comes from this monogrow. To make the sweetener, manufacturers crush the monk fruit, extract its juice, and then extract this thing from the juice. 100 times sweeter than sugar, but no calories. Some evidence suggests that the thing they extract, antioxidants, but free radicals. Okay. But there aren't any studies to confirm that the extract will boost your health. So let's look at this. Good option for lower sugar intake. Yeah. Obviously, if you have this condition, monk fruit could be a good one to include to have the sweetness. Although if you haven't had a lot of monk fruit stuff, it will be very different for you with the flavor profile. Okay, this article is not super useful. Let's look at the stevia one. So, herb called stevia. Stevia sweetness comes from something called steviol glycoside found in the leaves, up to 400 times sweeter than the main ingredient in refined sugar, sucrose. So here's some of the sugar alternatives in their intensity. So aspartame, potassium, ACE K, that's a popular one in energy drinks. Aspartame, I think there's been some bad research on this one. Here's the monk fruit. Oh, I haven't seen this one. 7,000 to 13,000 times sweeter. Huh. Saturin. Stevia. Sucrose, and then I haven't seen that one either. Making stevia is like brewing tea. So they want to get those glycosides out. Cleanest, purest form possible. Yeah. Anyways, the point there is just read up on what you're drinking and eating. It's always good to do that. But I'm going to sign out of the Amazon stream. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And I'll be back hopefully soon to do another mix of reviews, round of reviews. So yeah. Right, so there's that. I don't think I'm going to drink this one. Totally. I usually do, but here's the little bonus entry. These are Old Dutch Ripples. I guess I can do it in like a full review. But yeah. Let me switch to here. Let me put this back over here. Turn this off. There we go. Take a look at these Old Dutch Ripples, all dressed potato chips. So it's a big thing in Canada, I think, for this all dressed type of chip. But these are Old Dutch branded. I got these at a place called Woodman's locally. These are made in St. Paul, MN. Then we've got for the calories, 150. Well, nutrition facts, 150 calories, 8 grams total fat, 190 milligrams of sodium. Then we've got 1 gram dietary fiber, 2 grams total sugars, 2 grams of protein for the package. And this is 1 ounce in size. Ingredients: potatoes, canola, and or sunflower oil, sugar, corn, maltodextrin, 2% or less of the following: salt, spices, including paprika, yeast extract, onion powder, sodium acetate, dextrose, acetic, acetic acid, modified cornstarch, garlic powder, malic acid, citric acid, white vinegar, extracts of paprika for color and natural flavor. Contains a bioengineered food ingredient. They got some marketing information. Yeah, can show this up close. Oops. I'm going to turn off emote only mode on Twitch. So there it is. Old Dutch Ripples. All dressed. Sweet and savory blend of spices. Here's the nutrition facts: 150 calories, 8 grams total fat, 190 milligrams of sodium, 8%, which is kind of high for some chips. Usually they're around 5% or so. So this one's got quite a bit of sodium in it. 1 gram dietary fiber, 2 grams protein, and there's a little bit of vitamins and minerals in here. Not much though. And then we've got our ingredients: potatoes, various oil, corn, maltodextrin, spices, yeast extract, onion powder, whatever that sodium acetate, dextrose, and then acetic acid. I don't know what that is. Cornstarch, garlic powder, malic acid, citric acid, white vinegar, and then paprika for color and natural flavor. Okay. Let's open this up and try it. You can get a plate. That's what you get in the bag. There it is. So these are the ripple type chips. You can see the ridges on there. Looks pretty good. You can already smell it. Yeah. So it says a lot of paprika for color. It's probably the main color component. Looks good. Trying to not make a mess. Let's try it out. Again, these are the Old Dutch ripples in all dressed format. Or flavor, whatever you want to call it. They do have a ketchup like flavor. There is that vinegar sourness. Pretty crunchy. And that texture from the ridges. Have you seen the savory, vinegary, sour type flavor? Yeah. To me, I really haven't had many chips like this in a long time. But what stands out to me is the vinegar flavor. Let's see. The citric acid, the malic acid, all that stuff. White vinegar. Yeah, I think it tastes pretty decent. But there's a pretty strong flavor in general to it. Savory. I don't know if I would personally go out of my way to get these, but they're not bad. Uh, mm. Yeah, a mix of sweet, sour, crunchy. Maybe a very, very slight bitterness on the back end. Overall, tastes pretty decent. They have a nice crunch. Yeah, not too bad. That was the Old Dutch Ripples, all dressed. Thanks, Canada. Although this is made in MN. St. Paul. Is that Minnesota? MN? I never memorized the state abbreviations. Anyways, yeah. I'm going to sign out of my food snack review channel. I'm going to edit some videos. Edit these recordings into videos, post those, and then on to the next one. Tomorrow, maybe. We'll see. See ya. Okay.